We can go out Wednesday.
Hello everyone, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Tonight we're going to discuss how you can use Google Drawing in the classroom, and oftentimes I feel like this is one of the most underused Google tools, and I'm not quite sure why, because I think it has so much to offer. So we're just going to kind of go over what the features are and think about how you can use it in your own classroom. So for those of you who have never been to our EdTech site, here is the URL. It is just www.bluevalleyk12.org/techsource.
So let's see if they, let's see. 9. You want to try? Yeah, you want to see?
And this website has a lot of things to offer, but the biggest thing I want you to know is that if you want a written guide, you can easily access that by searching Google Draw here at the top. And when you click on the Google Drawings link, it's going to pull up with our guide. It has how to access Google Drive and Google Draw, and as well as some templates that we're going to talk about tonight. So just know that those resources are there for you and you can access them at any time. So we're going to start by logging into your Google Drive if you haven't done that yet. It's always helpful to kind of play and do as you watch. So go ahead and open and log into your Google Drive. Once you get to your Google Drive, you're going to click on the New button followed by More, and you'll see the Google Drawings option. So we're going to go ahead and open up a brand new Google Drawing today. So just like all of the other Google tools, you're going to want to first name your document. Remember, everything you save saves automatically, and so that's the great thing is all of this will be housed in your Google Drive account. So just to see, basically, I would compare Google Drawing to probably like Microsoft Paint if I were to kind of think about what program it compares to. It is basically an open canvas that you can add all kinds of shapes, text boxes, images, and you can really get creative as to what you do with Google Drawing. So I'm just going to go over some of the basic features. So if I want to start, I want to insert an image. I love that you have the ability to search your Google Drive if you have pictures in there already. You can also search Google if you're looking for something. So I'm going to go ahead and search Ishla dog because this is the puppy that I have. And we're just going to go ahead and click on one and select. So that's how easy it can be to insert images. You can always resize the pictures that you put in to Google Drawing. Another thing I love is that you can crop this photo to become a different shape. So if I use the masking tool up at the top here, I can choose to crop it into any shape that I want and simply resize it. I can also go up to image options, and I have the option to recolor it. So if I kind of want to give it a different effect, I can kind of change the coloring of it. I can change the transparency if maybe I'm wanting to kind of layer something on top of this. I can adjust the brightness and the contrast as well. So lots of things you can do with just a simple image. I can also add text boxes. Again, you have the basic things like fonts that I can change. I can resize. And I can obviously move anything that I want within my document. So as well as pictures and text boxes, you have the ability to use lines. And I love that you have the connectors that are awesome that you can use if you wanted to kind of create a mind map of some kind. You always have your back arrow, which I use all the time in Google Drawing whenever you're creating something. So some other things that I can go up here and I can add, if I want to add kind of a cutout. So you have all kinds of different options. I can type within this. Notice I can drag that to kind of resize it. I can center my text and align it. If I want to use bullet points, all of those features are there. I can change the color of my shapes. Okay. I can also insert tables. So if I wanted to give some information in a table format, notice I have the option to put a table on here. Information here in my table. He's about 55 pounds. Oops, maybe if I can spell. And I'm gonna guess he's about 2 feet tall. I really have no idea how tall he is. So you notice you can move your tables anywhere on your diagram. So playing with some of the other features that you have the word art. It's a lot of fun. You can change the font of your word art. This is great for if you're ever doing any kind of drag and drop activity. So you can simply move your text anywhere on the page that you want. Same thing, you can change your colors, your lines, anything that you want to add to that. So up here, you can also arrange your items. So if I inserted a bunch of circles that I wanted to add, and I'm going to use my trick to duplicate them, which can be found if I select, I can simply copy it, paste it as many times on my document. So notice when I start to line something up, it's going to have that red line to make sure I'm within the range that I want to. And once I have them all lined up the way I want them to be, I can also assign them vertically. So I'm going to drag my mouse and select all 3 shapes. And when I hit the format, I can format them to arrange. I can hit the arrange. I can arrange them and distribute them vertically. So that's nice whenever you're doing a diagram and want to make sure that your shapes are all aligned properly. Some of the other features I like to use up here, you do have spelling, so it's going to recognize any mistakes that you make. You have your table options after you select if you want to edit your table. So most of these features are all similar and can be found in things like Google Sheets and Google Slides and Google Docs. The help up here has keyboard shortcuts, which I like to take a look at because when you're duplicating a lot of things, I like to use the Command D if I'm on a Mac or the Control D if I'm on a PC. But a lot of these shortcuts come in handy whenever you're building something. The cool thing is if I wanted to make this into an image, I can always resize my page setup. So I can decide to do custom widescreen if I need to. And all that can be found under the file options. I can also download whatever I create with Google Drawings into a PDF or an image. So if I wanted something without a background, I could do the PNG image, which is nice if you're ever creating kind of logos or badges maybe because you want to create badges for your students. That would be a great way to have them use Google Drawings and they could create their own. So most of the features are pretty easy to find. I like Google Drawings because it's very simple. Students have the ability to comment on their work so they can have peers look at their work and give critique and ways to improve their work, as well as teacher feedback. The sharing rights are going to be the same as with any Google product. So you're going to use email or name that you're going to decide with. You can use edit, comment, or view rights depending on the person you're sharing it with. Remember, under advanced is where you can go in and change those rights if you're wanting to do anyone with a link. It's always recommended if you're posting on the web or things like Seesaw or Edmodo or other learning management systems that you use within your classrooms. So this is just kind of some of the basic features that you can see, but let's take a look at some awesome templates that are created. Again, on our website, when you search under Google Drawings, we have the templates for Google Drawings. And there are some awesome created templates already out there so that you don't even have to start from scratch. So just to take a look at a few of these, they're kind of categorized for you, which is nice, but I see a lot of Google Drawings used for graphic organizers. So if you wanted to create a Venn diagram, you can see here's one that we can make a copy. Now when this comes up, it's asking you to make a copy. So you'll want to make sure you're signed into your Google Drive account before you click make a copy. And then it will appear in your Google Drive, and now it's something that you can edit yourself. So notice I can select any of these features and change them to whatever I want them to be. And this is now my template to create and make. So that copy trick is really nice if you want to share a template that you find with students. So if I wanted to have my students create a Venn diagram comparing and contrasting two different Kansas communities, then I could go up here to this top part. I could make sure that I'm on share. I want to change my settings to anyone with the link. And I'm going to say can edit. Okay. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change this word right here to copy and hit enter. And what that does is that brings me to, this is the URL now I want to share with my students. So I could post that through email, through Edmodo, whatever tool that I use to communicate with my students or on my website. And now when they click that, it's going to force them to make a copy of it. So once they make a copy of it, they're able to then create their own assignment, and then they can organize it by turning it into a folder to me or resharing it with me through email. So lots of different ways that you can use these templates that are there for you. So let's take a look at some of the other ones. If you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see some thumbnails that show a little bit about what they look like. So if you like one of them, I know this is very similar to a poster I created with classroom management with devices. So you can see that now if I wanted to use this one, I could select file, make a copy, and it would then duplicate this and let me edit it for myself. So definitely take some time to look at the templates that are out there. Again, you'll notice how easy most of these features are to find and navigate through. So kind of playing around and seeing what you can create, but would love to hear how you are using Google Drawing in your classroom. Thanks for watching.